All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started with Manager Bud Black. Anybody like to ask the first question? Larry Patrick, go ahead.
Yes, buddy. What are your thoughts about Feltner today and his first start in the majors?
Well, I think there's all sorts of debuts. Every player has position player or pitcher. I think, and Ryan just game performance. Obviously he'd like to have a couple pitches back, but I thought he showed a lot of poise, composure. I thought he repeated his delivery. There's a lot of things that are in order for him moving forward. Albies, jumped him on the first pitch of the game. That will be something that we'll remember, right? His first big league pitch, but I think there's more big league pitches to come, which is, always a great thing. We're excited about that. But again, I think just from a performance standpoint, some pitches up in the zone, against a good lineup with power, right? They got power throughout the lineup. But what I liked was the composure, the poise, the heartbeat.
What do you say to a pitcher in his first start like that and has a rough outing?
Keep your chin up. You're going to be fine. Just stay at it. I mean, it's a long process, Larry.
And also, how about Fernandez and your thoughts on him?
I thought he threw the ball fine. A much different Fernandez than what we saw in spring training. But that's the word that we had got, all through the season, that, the repetitions that he got this season in the minors, he kept improving. He kept showing signs of getting closer to the big leagues. He's got a big league arm. He's got big league stuff. But I think the consistency moving through the entire season at AA and AAA showed today. A very good first inning, low pitch count. Got the 2 quick outs in the 7th, and then from there they took a couple good swings on some pitches up in the strike zone again. So again, I think that the lessons learned today by 2 rookie pitchers making their debut is that the quality of the major league hitter is real. And there has to be, a consistency of pitch making as these guys move into their career. They're in their infancy, Larry. They're in their infancy. This was the first game of 2 young men's careers that hopefully span a long time. So, but the trick is to learn from it and process it and move forward each and every outing with progress.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
Thomas.
Yeah, buddy. This stretch of the schedule, you're playing teams that are fighting for something, like the Braves, the Giants coming up. How much do you feel it could accelerate the development of guys like a Feltner, like a Fernandez, facing guys like this?
Yeah, I mean, every game's a test, Thomas, no matter who you play. We played the Dodgers last weekend. They're in a pennant race. We took 2 out of 3. Here we split with a good team. We would have liked to got this one today. The first 3 games were, really close games, competitive games. This one got away from us a little bit late in the game. But, anytime a young pitcher faces a major league lineup for the first time, it's a learning experience. I think I like the fact, and I said it a while ago, that, a game like today against a pennant contender is great for everybody, not only Feltner or Fernandez, but it's great for Bowden. It's great for Sheffield. It's great for Rogers. It's great for McMahon. It's great for Hampson, Hilliard, Nunez. Catching and calling a game with Freeman in the box, with Duvall in the box, Albies, Soler, down the line of their lineup. It's going to be great when we go on the road and face the Phillies. And Dom has to put fingers down to get Harper out and get Real Muto out and have our young pitchers face these guys, whether it's Gilbert, Bowden, Fernandez, our young pitcher, to face the Phillies, the Braves, and coming back and place the Dodgers again and the Giants. These are tests for our players.
When you look at a guy like a Feltner and say after the first inning, do you say much to him in the dugout, or do you save a lot of it?
No. I think that the experience is the best teacher being out there. This was a situation where he's baptized under fire, right away against a good team. He'll learn from it. From what I don't know the young man a lot. He wasn't in big league camp the last couple of years. He had a good season this year, split between A ball and double A. There's still a month left of baseball. We'll see where it takes him. But, he's 25 years old. He went to a major university in a good conference. He's thrown, 260 minor league innings, which isn't a ton. But, he was ready for this. He just probably made too many mistakes up in the strike zone.
Excuse me, last one for me, but how energizing is it for you when you look up and you throw a young guy out there and he's hitting 100 miles an hour consistently?
Well, it's the sign of the times, for sure. There's big arms across the minor leagues. I'm sure there's other pitchers throughout baseball that they're touching 100 in the minors. What I liked about our guy today was he was around the strike zone. He threw strikes with that velocity, and he threw strikes with a secondary pitch, his changeup and a slider, that are close to 90 miles an hour, which a generation ago is unheard of. But that's the progress of the modern day athlete. They're bigger, stronger, faster, and the velocities that young men are throwing at it is really amazing. But I like the strikes. He was around the strike zone with velocity, and today just in a very short look, a good feel for a changeup. So he's exciting because he's big, he's physical. I think he's built the right way mentally from what our player development people have told us. So it's a bright spot for him when you look at his arm.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
All right, we'll go to Patrick and then finish up with Nick Groke after. Patrick, go ahead.
Hi, buddy. From the other side, what did you see from Charlie Morton? 7 innings, just 2 hits, I think both by tap. He's a veteran. Seen it before.
Yeah, this guy. I remember a young Charlie Morton. As a young pitcher with the Braves, young prospect. Big arm. And now you see the seasoned Charlie Morton, who's still physical. He's in great shape. A guy in his late 30s, still throwing 97 miles an hour. It's impressive. That's real talent, and an athlete to be able to do that at his age. But it's a moving fastball in the mid to upper 90s. The ability to spin the ball. He's got a good breaking pitch, and he sort of varies the velocity on it anywhere from 80 miles an hour up to 83, 84. So the variance of velocities from 97 down to 80. The ball's moving. It's got life to it with spin in the hitting area. He's 13-5. He's got more strikeouts than innings pitched. Low hit totals. It's legit, real stuff for a veteran pitcher with a great head. He's a World Series champion. I think he closed out the World Series in 2017. He's a really good pitcher, and he's sort of been under the radar for sort of his entire career. But it's a real arm, and it's a real talent.
And just 2 quick housekeeping things, just to double check. Kyle Freeland is definitely on board to start tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. And have you made a determination on John for Wednesday?
Yeah, we're really optimistic that John is going to pitch Wednesday. We'll be more definitive tomorrow with probably an announcement, but we feel confident John's going to make a start.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, we'll finish up with Nick Grove.
Yeah, buddy, just one more time drilling in on this. You've got a young guy called up who's never been above AA, under the third deck for the first time, tough pitcher's park, buzzsaw offense from Atlanta. Will you talk to him to make sure that his confidence wasn't shaken, or is that something he's got to learn on his own?
Well, again, I think that, from what I've been told from our player development people, and I sort of mentioned her, I think he's built the right way as far as the mental skills and his confidence and his perspective. This morning we spoke, he seemed fine, he seemed calm. His heartbeat was in a good place. I think if anything, I've talked to him about pitching, about, the breaking ball, about the fastball, there's no doubt there were some nerves in there. I mean, it's natural, but I don't think there's a lot of discussion to be had with Ryan, because I think that, he was ready for this, even though it probably came on very short notice and maybe, unexpected, right? It's sort of, from our perspective, we've been talking about him for a while, but, from his viewpoint, it probably happened real fast from that phone call that he got in Hartford a couple of days ago. So, I think it's more of a conversation about his stuff and his pitch making, right? For instance, I heard that, just reading the reports over the year that he has a good changeup and it's one of his better pitches. And I'm not sure he threw one today. And that's something I'll catch up on with him about the changeup usage. So, but I don't think there's a lot to digest on the mental side, or to your point, the third deck side.